This is a day of celebration. This is the day we install Reverend Darlene Strickland as the senior minister of Unity in Edgewood. And as we do so, we also rededicate ourselves to our Unity truth principles and to the purpose of this ministry, which I love, and I'm going to say it many times this morning, to recognize, call forth, and celebrate the divinity in everyone. That is so awesome. And thanks to each one of you who made this day possible. It was your vision and your overwhelming vote of affirmation and support that gives me the privilege to say to you that the Association of Unity Churches, doing business right now as Unity Worldwide Ministries, officially recognizes Reverend Darlene Strickland as your duly selected minister. Crying because I'm so happy for you. I really am. You have achieved this divine, well, first of all, skipping ahead here, I want to also say on behalf of the Northwest region of Unity Churches, congratulations. Job well done. And yes, what a divine appointment this is. This is a day of celebration. And one of my favorite mystical poets, Rumi, once shared this. If God said, Rumi, pay homage to everything that has helped you enter my arms, there would not be one experience of my life, not one thought, not one feeling, not any act I would not bow to. It's been every thought and feeling, every act, every experience along this ministry's path and along Reverend Darlene's path that has brought you to this juncture where your paths now meet and you journey now together. And I want to say, too, you did it in record time. Yeah. I mean, for some of us, it blew our hair back how fast you accomplished this. And you did it with such grace and ease. Because you were ready. So I want to acknowledge the past and all the divine gifts that have brought you to this moment. And I want to acknowledge your purpose because you recognized the divinity, you called forth that divinity in Darlene, Reverend Darlene, and now today we celebrate, we party, because this is a great day. And you also, as far as looking into the future, you've also been attracted because of the vision she is calling you forth to. The vision of being an ever more clearly, powerfully bold, radiant beacon of God light into this community. And to be this powerful instrument of inspiration, transformation, and healing. Is that not awesome? And by voting and affirming her as your minister, you have said yes to that vision. You've said yes to that possibility and potential. Oh, so my question to you is, are you ready? Yes. Because your job isn't done. You know, sometimes, I know this might sound peculiar, but there are on occasion ministries who think that that when they've come to this moment, their job is done. They have a minister now. But she is going to require each one of you to support her and work with her as community to unfold and to manifest this vision. It's a community endeavor. You are in this together. The work is only just beginning. But it is a wonderful, joyful, challenging, exciting journey that you are on, that you're beginning this day. And so it's helpful, I think, to remember the words of Paul in one of his letters to the Corinthians as he was speaking about the importance of everyone in this body that he referred to as the body of Christ, that spiritual community that we are all a part of as children of God, as divine beings. We are all part of this body of Christ. And he said, for the body does not consist of one member, but of many. It says, if the foot should say, because I'm not a hand, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less a part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I'm not an eye, I do not belong to the body, that would not make it any less a part of the body. Being the minister, being a member, being a board of trustee member, being a volunteer, being a staff member, in all ways, each one of you is a member of this community, a member of this body. And Paul goes on to say, if the whole body were an eye, where would be the hearing? Where would be the hearing? And if the whole body were an ear, where would be the sense of smell? Each of you brings gifts to this community to bring into manifestation that vision, that beingness of being that instrument for good. So, and then he goes on to say, but God has so composed the body that there may be no discord in the body, but that the members may have the same care for one another. If one member suffers, all suffer together. If one member is honored, all rejoice together. So this day, we celebrate your community. We celebrate each one of you. For each one of you has made this day possible and is unfolding this vision. So we celebrate and know that you are all one. There is one place in which he says something about, when he says, would it not make it any less part of the body? It almost sounds as though once we've got you, we always have you. And in truth, having been here, whether for a moment, whether you pass through for just a few moments, or whether you are committed to being here for the long haul, you have made a connection with this community. You are connected. Wherever your paths lead, that connection with this spiritual community will always be there. It's eternal because of the divinity we share. And so we give thanks that you have Reverend Darlene, who is your minister. She brings her own gifts. She is professionally trained. I always like to say that because, and I affirm that, we are professionally trained, we are gifted, and we bring a certain dedication as ministers to serve as your spiritual leaders, to help guide and support you in your endeavor. And yet that role depends upon the members, upon the boards, the volunteers, staff. It is a job of many, and I can't emphasize that enough.